Agenda West Side Beer.
Hi, I'm Paul. To me, my thirsties. Listen, welcome to the episode of the West Comics. My name is Frank. The always handsome, the always thirsty, a little older and wiser. Older anyway. Uncle Nephew Shane is here.
I am a little older. I don't know about wiser though.
I've seen you, but we didn't really get to do the birthday thing because you've been like on tour, doing festivals and
doing,
birthday dinners and weddings and everything. We haven't really seen you in a few weeks. Okay. And also,
very popular.
You're a popular guy. Thanks for taking some time to hang out with us.
Yeah, buddy.
No problem. But can we hurry this up? I have things to do immediately.
I apologize.
Gotta get back to it.
I know your time is limited and very valuable. Please welcome known campaigner for Winston Duke to play the next Batman. He is the chosen Don, the final floss. Donovan is here.
The final floss.
The final floss.
When you get stuck in between, I take you right out. Plaque and all. The final floss. Gingivitis.
Brother Marcus is en route. I think he's on his bike. He's rolling over here on the way. There he is.
Ring ring.
Hey, he's on his way. He'll be here shortly. Brother Marcus will be joining us to talk about some comics and to have some see what color glasses he's got this week. I think he's ditching the glasses though, right? Because the other ones gave me a seizure.
Yeah, the blinking lights one.
That was
wild.
Guys,
strobe lights.
We've been talking about this movie. It seems like for forever. It's going to be probably one of the biggest films of 2024. I know you're excited. We're going to have a group of 40 of our closest best pals to watch it at the theater formerly known as Art House Downtown Cinema LV, where we'll have the greatest popcorn in the world.
That's what it's called now, Cinema LV.
Downtown Cinema LV.
Oh, okay.
Art House was much better.
You like that name better?
Yeah, I mean, Downtown Cinema LV. Hey, will you meet me down at Downtown Cinema LV?
Or let's go to
let's
Art
go to Art
House.
House.
Yeah, Art House is.
Either way, Art House, thank you so much for having us. We can't wait.
So you're not going to call it Downtown Cinema LV?
I mean, yeah. So
it's great, I guess.
Cinema Fest LV Theater. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be shitting on people that we're going to go see their movie with, huh? Yeah,
it's fine.
That's not good.
No, it's fine.
They do have wonderful
the movie,
popcorn.
of course, we're talking about is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
And Shane, we haven't seen you in a while. Well,
yeah.
I haven't seen you since Monday, I think, where we feasted.
We ate at a pizza joint on Monday.
Yeah, we did. It was in Utah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It wasn't close.
It was not close.
Shout
as
out to
far.
Rizzo's Pizzeria over there on East Charleston.
Delicious.
Go over there and grab a slice. That wasn't their commercial. I was just saying.
Go over there, grab a slice.
Grab a slice of life.
It goes.
But I wanted to
Sounds
ask you
bad.
guys what you're thinking about Deadpool. You've heard these rumors. Liefeld has said, well, there's a known internet scooper who seems to have inside track on the different trailers and the rumors of things that could be happening in some post-credit scenes. He says the post-credit scene for Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be mind-blowing for people.
Is this what one of the interwebs?
This is what one of the interweb people
is saying.
Well, the thing is
How do
now
they
I
know
thought James
this?
Liefeld said that.
Liefeld confirmed it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He,
gotcha.
he followed up after, and he confirmed it. So I want to get your guys' quick thoughts, because we're going to go over a lot of stuff tonight, but I want to get a quick thought. What you think this could possibly be that they're talking about in this post-credit scene? What do you think we could possibly be seeing in this post-credit scene that is going to melt your brain, older, wiser Shane?
Maybe the rest of the X-Men will make an appearance where I have no clue, because it's been so long since we had a Deadpool movie, or you know what I mean, or all this seems it doesn't seem new and fresh, but the idea of what could be in a post-credit scene after everything that we've gone through,
The potential
with the MCU it's mind-boggling. Yeah, do you have an idea, Donovan? What do you think?
Honestly, I
really don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
There's a couple of things that come to mind. One, it could be them trolling us, because it's a very Deadpool thing for them to be like, it's mind blowing,
Yeah,
and then
then
it turns
he's-
out to be something kind of silly and not mind blowing at all. That's
Something
kind
really
of where
goofy.
I'm leaning.
If
That's kind of where I'm leaning, because they like to make fun of us as well as themselves. And
But if they do that, well, how disappointed would you be?
I actually don't think people will be, because I think if you're given the context of the character of Deadpool, if we all get put one over on us by a Deadpool movie, we all laugh at it. But if it was something like Ant-Man or something that was more of a B+ character that had their own movie, and we got they were like, it's a mind blowing, you got to stay for the after credit scene, and it's what was the one where the guy just was like, oh, an Aquaman.
Oh,
Remember, he's like eating a pizza and then like throws up. Like that's the post-credit scene for the last thing in the DCEU. Yikes! But I'm saying
Spoiler.
yeah, right. But then my other part of me says that I think maybe we may see Chris Evans come back as Cap, or Iron Man, Robbie Downey Jr. come back as Iron Man in a post-credit scene with them, because a lot of the media has been ramping up as far as asking Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. if they'd ever come back. And Robert Downey Jr. said, if they have you back, I would go back in a heartbeat. That is my soul. That's where I cut my teeth when coming back to Hollywood. He is all for it. And Chris Evans, I could be wrong on this. I didn't do enough research on this, but I believe he sort of said something to the similar vein of like, yeah, if they have the right thing for me, I'd love to come back and do what I can. So maybe it could be one of those guys at the end, or like to what Shane said, it could be maybe we're getting like the X-Men, but not the X-Men we're all used to seeing, like a full new cast. No, I guess that wouldn't make sense, because they would want to announce who's going to be the X-Men before, for publicity's sake. So maybe not any new X-Men. Maybe we get Charles Xavier at the end. Maybe we get a James McAvoy Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a couple of. I don't know.
Maybe we get a villain that we don't know.
But it's interesting because this is the only Marvel movie
This year.
So
We got
I
3
think,
or 4 next year.
So I think a lot of us are kind of like, we're not really putting our tinfoil hats on for anything, because we've been kind of disappointed by all the other previous projects that have come before this. So it's like,
That's fair.
okay, you tell us there's going to be a mind-blowing scene at the end of this. Well, that remains to be seen.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait till the end of July to see if that's actually the case. So I don't really know. And, you go on New Rock Stars and some of these other channels to see breakdowns and stuff. And I just don't know. And I think that's cool. I think it's okay for us not to know. I think when people get so obsessed with trying to figure out what happens at the end, what's going on, like, what are you doing? You're ruining the best part of these movies. Like, pump the brakes. Like, we're living in a great time right now.
Embrace the unknown.
Yeah,
for
really
once.
embrace it. Well, that's why I'm going in therapy right now. So I'm embracing the unknown. So maybe that's why I'm in the place that I'm in right
I know
now.
that something that has been leaked out there for a while is that the way Disney is treating a lot of these online journalists is that they signed the NDA. They can't really say much of anything other than, hey, it's cool, go watch it. You know, they can't really give away details. They just say so-and-so looks so cool on screen. They can't get into any details because of the NDA and because Disney is so nervous about making sure people go to watch the movie. We know already, it's May 2nd. We know Deadpool and Wolverine is going to make money. Yeah. We know people are going to go watch the movie just out of seeing Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool with Hugh Jackman on screen again. We know people are going to go watch the movie.
And some of these images they've shown of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in this suit have given me like, I'm really excited about it.
But I think the concern for me is the movie going to be good enough that it's summer? We know that in Vegas it's hot. People like to go see movies that they enjoy multiple times. Is this going to be something that the teens and the young fans of these films are going to want to watch the multiple times? They saw it with their buddies and they want to go back and watch it with their family, and they're going to watch it with another friend one more time. You know, like, is this going to be a movie that we're going to want to watch multiple times? Because that proves that it has some staying power, because I think that's been one of the things or the challenges with the box office for a lot of these Marvel projects in the past year plus. People see it once and they're like, I'm not watching that again. I'll wait until it streams. I'm not even seeing it all. Or with, like you mentioned, like Aquaman. Okay, I still have not seen Aquaman. I didn't see the Flash sequel. I'm going to see it eventually, but I haven't had an urge to watch either of them. And I think that has been one of the biggest deals is, do you think that there's fatigue, or do you think that they've just been waiting for something good to be there to watch?
Yeah, I think at this point, Marvel's been pooped on enough to where they understand that people just won't run out and go see anything. I think they know now. And I think that when Deadpool comes out, I think with how long it's been, once again, and this being the only Marvel movie coming out this year, I think they know I think they know right off the bat if people are going to want to see it more than once. And I got a feeling we're going to see it more than once. I think we're going to
probably that weekend. I might see it more than once.
Right.
Yeah. Well, seeing it with you guys, and then you said, I'll probably go the next night to go see it, because the second Deadpool movie I saw 3 times in theaters. The first one I saw 5 times in theaters.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
those
Deadpool
movies are good movies, and they're entertaining.
Yeah. Right.
They get people to go, oh, that was so it's a ride. It really is an amusement ride, these movies, these Deadpool movies, because they're I don't know. The second one's good, but the first one, man,
it had everything.
It just has everything. The second one does too. Like, they're both really, really good movies. And then you got a guy like Sean Levy who's behind the camera and writing it with Ryan Reynolds. Like, this is going to be a really good movie. And I think the fact that, you know, like you had mentioned, this is the only Marvel movie for the year, so they're really going to bank on the fact that people are going to go and see this multiple times. And we're going to talk about box office later on, and we'll get into that. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun for people to go and see. I think when Bob Chapek took over as CEO of Disney and he saw the Marvel franchises, he really treated it as manufactured toys. I guess it would be the best way that I could describe it. Let's pump as many things as we can out, get it on the shelves, get it in front of people. Yeah, but this toy sucks. Yeah. I don't care. It's going to make money. Put it on the shelf. Someone will buy it. And that's the way they treated their stories and their projects, their movies, their television shows. We got factory shows. And now there were great moments in some of these shows. I'll say that Loki was the, to me, is the pinnacle of those shows. Like, you could tell they took their time, really maturated with a story like this. But like Falcon and Winter Soldier, liked the show. There were really cool moments. But then there's also moments where you're like,
I know what's the last things the last two
She-Hulk?
movies and TV we got was Echo. Was that the last?
Echo was the last show.
And what was the last big? Was it Marvels?
The Marvels.
Marvels.
And that was in November. Doesn't it feel like it was 2 years ago?
It seemed like it was forever ago.
Yeah, because
that's how long it lasted in theaters. It was there, and all of a sudden it just wasn't.
And I don't know if it's a live action thing or not, but I think they were announcing earlier this week that Ms. Marvel is going to be the lead in a Marvel Zombies series.
Really?
I'm not sure if it's this actress that's going to be doing it or if it's a live action, an animated thing they're going to be doing. I always thought it was an animated. I thought it was animated. I wasn't sure.
I'd say keep it animated. There's no need for us to make a zombie Marvel. Like it goes to what I was saying. Manufactured zombies. Get it out there.
Well, you guys talk logistics for the post-credit thing. That if they do leak, announcements of, who's playing the X-Men, they show them on screen, or just 3 or 4 of them. They show Cyclops, they show a new Wolverine, Jean Grey, whatever. They show those people on screen. I want to give you guys like a calendar breakdown. That weekend, the week that Deadpool comes out, okay?
I love this.
That weekend is San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
So they're doing a panel. They're expecting people to watch Deadpool before the panel takes place on Saturday
Marvel
night.
is doing a panel.
I'm sure they're going to do something.
Because I haven't seen... I feel like I haven't seen
the
a panel in
D23 stuff,
forever.
because the D23 thing won't be until September.
Yeah.
I think August or September when
It's
they
usually
do their
the end
deal.
of September, yeah.
I don't know if they're going to... I don't know if they would want to risk skipping San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, especially
Up
with
that
only one
momentum,
project.
with the movie opening 2 days prior.
Yeah, you're
When
probably
they
right.
can roll out... I mean, we're already getting promotional materials leaked for the toys from McDonald's, from Captain America, Brave New World.
I saw that
right?
today. I got my kids McDonald's, and there was a Captain America, and then there was a Falcon.
Yeah.
That was right next to him. It was like a little white guy. I was like, okay, so I wonder what this is.
Hey.
This is interesting.
I'm excited to see what they're going to end up doing with this.
A little nervous.
I'm
a lot
trying
of
to-
reshoots and
I'm being optimistic. I'm trying to be optimistic.
very good.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into I don't want to mention the Sony stuff because we're kind of going an upward trajectory right now. We're all feeling kind of 6 to midnight on movies that are coming out. I don't want to bring down the whole mood by talking about Sony, but Sony announced that they're going to move the date for Kraven, and to me this seems like a no-brainer. Why are you moving the date for Kraven? Why don't you move Venom 3 to the holiday season?
Right.
Okay. Instead of Kraven, which you don't know where the original date. I think the original date was October or something. It was supposed to come out
October.
It was supposed to come out a year ago. Over a year ago.
That movie's just been sitting in the can for a year.
It's been sitting.
Here's the
and
deal.
chilling.
Oh, keep going.
No, but my
fine
point
wine.
is that you have a built-in fan base. It's not big, but you have a built-in fan base and you have more genuine interest in a Venom sequel than you do in Kraven.
And do you know why though?
Because the other movies are stupid fun.
Hot garbage. They're hot garbage. Madam Web is terrible.
Madam Web is a horrible film.
It's terrible.
It's a horrible film.
Morbius.
Mobius. Mobius.
Yeah. Terrible. The one with Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Yeah, still haven't seen it.
That's what I'm
I never
saying.
saw it.
It's terrible. It's bad.
Variant saw it, but just because of like the Matt Smith
Sony.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So then now-
otherwise I don't care.
So then now we have Kraven that was supposed to come out a year ago. Then it was going to come out October of this year. Now it's being pushed back to December.
Nobody wanted it.
Nobody wants a Sony universe with Spider-Man villains. Do you know why? Because there's no Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
Get me pictures of Spider-Man. There's like, what are we doing? That's like creating the Rogues Gallery show. It's like, remember Gotham on Fox?
Yeah.
What a terrible show that was. It was terrible, and it was
It
all
had
the
its
villains.
moments. The first 2 years, it had its moments.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
then it became brutal.
Crazy. Like Barbara Gordon is going crazy. She's just a psycho woman. Like, all that to say is
a lot
that
of creative liberties there.
I don't know. I don't know what Sony is doing other than just trying to make as much money as possible.
I don't think they really know what they're doing, though. With
I don't
this.
think they care. I don't think they care.
They have to do something that is in that genre of Spider-Man because then they just lose the whole IP. They've got to forfeit.
Right.
They're
They need
going
do
to.
something.
That's eventually going to happen. It's inevitable, like Thanos says.
I just can't believe who asked for a Craven movie? I said whenever we bring this up, and I
Yeah.
know we brought this up in the past,
great
I'm just
point.
going, who in
Well,
God's
we
green
have a
earth?
guy that's rolling over here in a few minutes that's going to be. He's very pro Craven.
I'm sure he is.
He's Craven, more
Wait,
Craven.
Marcus really likes Craven?
He was excited for that movie.
Like the
yeah.
show? Oh, wow.
The show. That's so Craven.
That's so Craven. It's some creatures I can see.
That would be great marketing, though, right?
Shit,
Is
my
that
muzzle was
you have
insane.
Raven Simone doing ads for the
For
Craven?
Craven. Hi, I'm Raven Simone.
You're
The new-
watching Sony.
The new movie Craven.
Some people
Yeah,
say.
I have not seen Madam Web. I know that when you guys went and saw it.
I didn't see it either.
You didn't see it. Frank, you saw it.
Frank saw it
Yeah.
twice.
Shane didn't see it. It just felt like he saw it because he was talking to us the entire time because he
I
was
go, what is it? I
he
go,
was
is it
too
good?
tired to go, but he was talking to us the entire time during the movie and for about an hour and a half after the movie. We have dialogue going the whole
I'm
time.
laying in bed. I was
Then what
"You
happened?
good?
Movie good? You like it?
You guys like it?
It wasn't good at all. Really?
Y'all hated it? Can I still
damn.
see it?
Couldn't have been that bad.
Let's go one more time so I can make fun of it too.
I'm up.
Yeah, I know. Now
I'm on my way.
I'm up.
Oh, Brendan, welcome to the chat.
Brendan.
I'm glad you're here, buddy. Shout out to Julio, to Silent Dreamer 702. Yeah, Sinister would be a great villain option to see there.
Oh.
Julio said
Oh.
Wolverine's origin is a very underrated movie, super underrated film.
I mean,
Wolverine Origins?
yeah,
Wolverine Origins.
That's not a great movie.
It's
It-
aight,
it's
but
got
it
its
had-
moments.
It's got its moments.
Yeah, that's the thing. It had its moments, but for the most part, yeah, it was a very odd film.
Like the Blob part when he's
Yeah.
fighting the
Yeah, like
Blob,
it
and like
was
Will I
very
Am is
odd.
like
Yeah.
just Will I Am doing powers. You're like, this guy's not acting; he's just being Will I Am with powers.
I'm a be.
Yeah.
We're pump it.
Louder.
I mean, Deadpool literally makes fun of X-Men Wolverine
Oh, I know,
origins in the
yeah.
last
Yeah.
movie. And they're like,
Yeah.
sorry this ever happened.
It's so funny.
So,
But yeah, I'm glad you like the movie, bro.
we're 2 weeks away from the finale of X-Men 97. I know you guys have been watching that in the Plus. Seems like it's really been the only thing we've been able to see as far as Marvel related. I can't really say MCU because it's not really an MCU
No.
show. Not really. It's their animated MCU.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
connected
good.
to What If, right? You show a little Watcher thing in this,
Yeah.
fourth or fifth episode.
I love it.
We're gonna check the Dolph Lundgren Punisher film in the 90s is underappreciated. That's fair.
1,000% agree with that.
That's fair,
That
Brendan.
last fight scene, they're in like a Japanese dojo. It's one of the most intense, violent, fun. Like it feels like a Punisher. Like I totally. Who made that comment?
Brendan,
Brent. Of course he did. Yeah.
the collector without fear.
I couldn't agree with you more. My brother, my cousin, and I used to watch that movie at nauseum. We loved that movie. And in the end, he's butt naked, meditating. You're like, whoa, that's out of nowhere. Hey, Punisher. I'm 8.
Easy Punisher.
I'm 8 years old, man. Put some clothes
some
on.
clothes
He's
on,
talking to the
Punisher.
TV. I'm 8.
Grandpa walks in. What the hell are you boys watching?
What do you guys?
He was a Marine like you were, Grandpa.
you guys watch? It's superheroes.
Yeah, well,
Go away,
He
Grandpa.
just killed a bunch of people. You would have really liked it.
Superheroes. He's
Ah.
butt naked.
This man's got no clothes on.
clothes on.
What the hell's going on?
Naked.
Naked.
Naked. You can see his deedle.
Wow. Deedle. We're gonna take a look at this trailer for the finale for X-Men 97, and then discuss more Deedles afterwards.
Let's take a
Oh,
look.
oh my gosh.
You were my first students. My family. I wanted you to be free. Help build a world where mutants could live however they wish, safe and without fear. My X-Men.
Yeah, he's coming back, dude. Charles is coming back.
He's got him there, right?
We have to be strong. For the team.
Nightcrawler
For
looks so
every
great.
mutant
Yeah,
still out
dude.
there. They need hope.
This got
Let
me
us
fired
do
up.
what we do. Believe in each other.
That's still my favorite part of the whole show. Totally agree with that.
That was cool.
Oh, so
Charles
good.
Xavier entrusted me with his
That was
dream.
cool.
Everything he built. Everything he fought for. Now belongs to me. My X-Men.
Almost forgot.
Oh, am I going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
Okay, so definitely some new footage that we saw. I mean, obviously they're cutting a little bit of stuff from the previous episodes and stuff, but get to see Sunspot in there using his powers. You get to see some Sentinels. There's going to be some cool action. Do you think going forward? Do you think that this is going to be one of those, I guess, lightning rod moments or motivations for Disney to make more animated stuff going forward? We've talked about that. There's a rumor out there that they want to continue on the Spider-Man animated series. Do you think this is kind of like maybe they're going to the well too many times and they should just kind of like let it be? Because we're going to get at least one more season, I think 2 more seasons, right, for this. They've got to record the voices for the second season. It's done. They have to do all the voice recordings. But what do you guys think about them building on stuff that's already been completed as far as an animated thing, or should this be the thing that they build on and that's it?
Slow and steady wins the race, as far as I'm concerned.
So you don't want them to oversaturate?
No,
this
there's no.
whole thing?
I mean, we just went through the last 2 years of being oversaturated with projects and things, and like, whoa, my gosh, like, and you see the quality begins to dip. Like, you see this is more succinct, more focused,
yeah,
and it's excellent. It's excellent. We're going to get 2 more seasons of this, and if I'm hoping it's as good as this first season was. Then here's my concern that I have with such an amazing show like this. We don't have the X-Men in live action yet
right.
in the MCU. Now we have what could potentially be 3 great seasons of this show.
Mm-hmm.
We could fall into a trap of X-Men 97 was finally the X-Men that we've always wanted. We've always wanted to see. And then we go to live action and they're like,
I see what you're saying.
what happened?
They make a live action X-Men and then you're like, why did they cast that guy?
Yeah, why did they cast that guy? Or why
is it? What's the story they're doing? It's like,
So you think we'll get
the
used
animated
to...
series was better.
yeah, but
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
can
that's
you
a
see
chance
it?
we gotta take.
I could
Yeah, it
see
is
that
possible.
happening. That's why I'm hoping, like, let's not create a bunch of other stuff. Let this be what it is. Let us enjoy it for the time that we have it, and then move on from there. But Marvel's done a great job with this, but they shoot themselves in the foot when it comes to stuff like this.
were you an
We're
X-Men
gonna-
guy back then? Like, did you enjoy X-Men, the animated stuff?
The
Did you watch
original
any of that?
animated series, no, but I wasn't that. I saw the show and I knew of the show, but I didn't.
You weren't
watch it
checking in.
religiously.
Like,
I wasn't checking.
You didn't
in
have the corn
religiously.
pops,
No, yeah, like that was
Pop Tart. Like that was your
I was
whole
a
window,
Voltron guy,
right?
But
That was
Voltron, sure.
that was my childhood.
Yeah, it
was
was Scooby-Doo,
watching those
Voltron.
shows. Like, I mean, the show came out in what, 95?
yeah,
I was
Yeah.
6, 7 years old when that
Maybe-
came out. My
It might have been 93. 90,
yeah, so then even then I was
somewhere
like
in there,
3,
yeah.
4, or 5, something around there.
Dude,
So I loved those shows growing up as a kid, and I tried watching them recently. I talked about it last week. Some of those are really rough to get through.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
this is
they're-
really dating itself right now.
yeah.
Oh, this was made in
It's-
'95. Yeah, you could definitely tell.
It's almost
there's probably some
insane.
essential viewing lists that you could probably look
Yeah,
up
I'm sure that you
somewhere.
could look on
Kind of like
YouTube.
what they did with Clone Wars and I did with Rebels.
They did in
and everything
Ahsoka,
else, so
yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the only thing that I'm really concerned with is that this show is so good that, like, oh my God, please, 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 please don't make this be the thing that's better than the live action. That's my hope. And then there are some people argue it's like, yeah, let the live action be crappy. We have this awesome cartoon.
True.
Okay, but in an overall big overarching universe with a bunch of other heroes.
But I think the live action needs to be good.
It needs to be fantastic.
Because we've been waiting a long time to see that happen.
Them do it.
See it materialize.
Yeah, for Marvel Studios to actually bring us an X-Men live
because we've
action
gotten
movie.
a lot of
Waiting for
X-Men
this.
movie, and maybe 2 or 3 of them are good.
Yeah. But
Right? We've gotten
I would
like 5 or 6 of them.
Two are stellar.
Days of
and
Future
maybe
Past.
Days of Future Past and First Class.
Yeah.
And then
X2's all right.
Yeah, X2 is okay.
What's
but
that,
for
Last
the most
Stand?
part-
Or the third one?
That's the third one.
That's the
What's
third
Last
one.
Stand?
That's the third one when why can't I think of her name? Phoenix. She Thanos dusts everyone.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, but for the most part, yeah, the X-Men movies have been absolutely terrible and forgettable on top of it.
Yeah. I don't remember anything from
Yeah,
Apocalypse
I mean, I mean, neither. I don't remember anything from Apocalypse at all.
except Olivia Munn.
oh,
Well, I mean,
oh, yeah.
oh yeah. Little General Zaduku vibes over there for you.
Beautiful. People talking about.
Hey now.
But as far as other animated series, like them trying to come up,
We get the
maybe if they-
Spider-Man freshman year series that's going to be
Yeah.
on Plus sometime next year. We're going to get, I think, more of the What If. We're talking about that there could be the animated Marvel Zombies series. All that stuff could be kind of within.
Yeah.
There's a really cool way for them to build out this version of the MCU, and it doesn't have any huge impact on what they're trying to do with the live action MCU, and they could keep it all very much on the Plus.
as long as the
And
animation,
everybody will eat it up, I think.
if the animation is different, I don't think they could come out with 3 or 4 shows that look like this. I think if you're gonna do other shows, because I wasn't that big of a fan, and I think Paul said this as well. I wasn't that big of a fan of the animation on What If.
Same.
A lot of time, it seemed kind of what did it seem
Rushed.
Like? Seemed kind of rushed.
The
You could say
voice
that.
acting didn't match the lips.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest
just
glaring things for
off-putting.
me. Even the way like they turn and then like all of a sudden they
Yeah.
suddenly stop and they're not moving when someone's talking. Like
Yeah, it
you
was
could
very
tell that they were
odd.
pushing through animation during COVID.
Sure.
You could tell that they were
Right.
trying to rush this thing to get it done.
But if they can do something, if they're going to give us Spider-Man, I don't think they can give us the exact same kind of look and feel as X-Men '97, and especially if they're going to do a couple of seasons of this.
I agree.
You know, if you add on a Spider-Man show that feels and looks exactly like this, then what are we doing? Just because
Manufacturing.
They could go
manufacturing. It's
They
not
could
really
go
producing.
anti-connectivity, right? With forcing everything within the MCU film universe to be connected. They could go anti-connectivity and bring in Spider-Man, but make it Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man,
Right.
and do a season or 2 of that, and then you have X-Men '97. Obviously, it's dated in what it is. The Spider-Man, I think it's called Spider-Man Freshman Year or something.
Right.
It's gonna have the animation for that has a very unique style to it as well. All of those things, I think they're trying to wait and see what works and what's hitting with the different audiences. I think a lot of the stuff with What If has been really good.
Right.
Some of it,
The writing has been good.
The writing has been good.
Yeah, writing's been good.
But there's always those 2 or 3 episodes each season, though. Don, is what I'm saying, is that there's been an episode each season where you're like, man, that was really cool. Yeah. And then some of it is like, I'm
not
nervous.
sure, yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think at the end of the day, these are kids shows. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? We're talking
Yeah.
about
No,
we're
you're
3
right.
grown men talking about a cartoon show, but I think really
I'm
I
not
think
grown.
Man, X-Men was X-Men was deep though.
No, this one is very deep.
Dude,
For sure
it's
is.
really good.
Like my goodness, it was deep.
So I don't know if like they're trying to do a Spider-Man cartoon to sort of placate more towards
Right.
kids or younger,
Yeah, who is the audience?
preteens and things of that nature, because we all know Spider-Man is Mr. Preteen and teen angst all the
Yeah,
time.
all the
So
time.
you could try and play into that. That could factor in.
Sure.
But I'm a little trepidatious as far as an animated Spider-Man show with 2 amazing movies called Across the Spider-Verse and
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Those are great.
Those
man.
those aren't
great.
just good animated movies. Those are like some of
good
the best
movies.
movies made.
Yeah.
I mean, the first movie is an Academy Award-winning movie.
Yeah.
So then you're going to make a Spider-Man TV show that's animated with that being in existence. It might be a little hard to get people to be convinced to watch that when you've got those two movies that are brilliantly
but
done.
people love it. Like,
But people do love Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Is the thing. People will watch anything Spider-Man.
That's
Give
true.
them enough time.
But
That's
even the
fair.
Spider-Man show, like
for
I
gosh
remember
sakes.
watching the Amazing Spider-Man when I was a kid. It was okay. I always thought it was cheesy when I was even when I was a kid. I was like, this is really cheesy. Like Doc Ock is really cheesy in this.
Who were his friends? Who was the Amazing Friends one? Or no?
Oh, back then it was like Iceman and Starfire.
Oh yeah,
Iceman and Starfire.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Those
so
were his
it's.
his homies.
I'm
Or,
sure. I'm
is that
sure
her
it'll
name?
be fine, and it'll get one or two
Firestar.
seasons.
Starfire.
It'll get one or two seasons, and then we'll all go.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Stand by.
Stand by. Yeah, so this could be good. Well, who knows? But my whole concern is when it comes to this animated stuff, like, are we going to get a better animated version of this, or are we
Yeah.
going to get, or is that like a sort of a like, hey, live action, step it up, or live action goes, yeah, we're going to do something like that, but even better.
But even
or-
better. Can they? I know. What if they do a live action movie and they base it on, they're basing it on the cartoon. So basically, you're doing X-Men '97 like
Sure.
live action thing. Because who knows what? I don't know what they have planned. Do we have like what? Or do they really have planned? For
I
this
think they're
X-Men
really
movie?
taking their time with it.
Yeah.
With Jonathan Majors not being around for Kang anymore, they're probably going to
Yeah.
have to figure out who's going to be our new big bad, or do we recast him? Even in these episodes of X-Men '97, there's possible talks of Kang showing up at
Oh my
some
gosh.
point at the end of this,
Wow.
because there's a lot of time travel things that go on during these last couple episodes of X-Men '97. Who knows, man? I'm worried. I'm hoping that Deadpool and
Are you
Wolverine
worried?
sort of go, okay, guys, here's where
This
we're
is it.
going. This is why we're only doing one movie this year.
The slate is clean right now.
This
Let's
is
do
where
it.
we are going. And I'm hoping that is the case. We see it with the TVA, and then at the end of the last trailer, we
Right.
see the two jumping through a sling portal that we're used to seeing from Carmitage and from
Right.
Doctor Strange. So I'm cautiously optimistic about what's happening here. So we'll see. But
Brother
hopefully we're not
Marcus
too-
joins us here. Welcome.
Marcus.
Want to get your thoughts and views. Oh, sorry. There
I'll
he
get him
is.
settled.
Scoot over just a bit.
Just a bit.
Just
There
a
you go.
scotch.
Oh, just a
You look
scope.
great.
Thank you.
We were talking about the animated stuff, particularly with X-Men '97 and just like its overall impact and what you thought about the series. I know you've enjoyed it.
Yes.
Would you like to see more animated series within Plus connected to this, or would you like to see some more shows that are kind of like their own thing? Do you need to have some connectivity within your animated MCU?
That's a good question. Actually, if
I
there is
ask the
connected,
hard-hitting questions.
He does. It's like 60 minutes in here.
right?
It's a lot like 60
These are
minutes.
Yeah, I think if there's connectivity within the animated MCU, that would be great, but it can't be forced. I think it has to feel natural.
That's
like
so funny to
there's
me.
an actual progression to it, and it's not like they're just trying to force it down or cash
Sure.
in on what success they're having with X-Men '97.
Essentially what we all said before you got here. Like, we just don't want them
Beautiful.
cramming
Yeah,
things
don't
down our
ruin our
throats.
lives.
Right. Because
All they gotta
honestly,
do.
they could do another, if they did like another 5 seasons of X-Men '97 to kind of match at least with the season number that they did with the old series. Sure. I wouldn't be mad at it.
Because we're getting
I
at
don't
least 2
Yes.
for sure.
Well, let me ask you
They
this,
don't
because
know after that.
I kind of brought this up before you got here, was like X-Men '97 is so good
Yes.
and we love it, and it's being adored by a lot of people, and people are like, this is the X-Men we've been waiting for.
Right.
How much of that is going to affect the live action version of X-Men?
Yeah. I honestly, I think what we have to learn to do as a viewing community
Oh, this is good.
is speak up.
is not only that, but we have to
Speak up. And go, no. Don't ruin this.
But so Warren Ellis, a phenomenal writer, he actually, I watched a YouTube of him speaking at this. I think he had some sort of talk with comic industry people, and he mentioned that the brands now are so divorced from each other in terms of the comic world versus the movie world that really, I think, at least at that time, they didn't really see much of an effect that the movies had on comic book sales. I don't know if how much that's changed since. I haven't had my finger on that part of the pulse, but it definitely seems like we have to start looking at them as kind of like exclusive to their own universe, and this is the sort of issue that I think Alan Moore was pointing at where he doesn't like to have his stuff translated into like or reinterpreted into a live action, because he thinks it seldom works, but there are things that are elements that aren't translatable, that only can do well in comics and don't translate well into film or into TV or whatnot.
I love Alan Moore, but he's a prick. You know that, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
Secret is what?
He really is a prick in real life. A prick.
Well, he's
He's unique.
is he prickly?
He's a unique guy.
He's very principled. I'll say that in terms of and on all facets.
So he's a prick.
Yeah. So
I love Alan Moore. I think the guy is the most important comic book writer of probably all time. One of them of all time.
He is. He's a living legend. He really is.
But I mean, V for Vendetta was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And pretty faithful to what he said. I can understand like Watchmen.
Right.
Like, and who made that?
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy.
Rebel Moon currently streaming on Netflix.
Right. But anyway.
So to your point.
So yeah, it's definitely. I
Rebel
think we
Moon,
have to.
Rebel Moon.
Yeah, we definitely have
See
to
the whole biggity.
start compartmentalizing all of these different worlds and aspects of the universe on their own merits.
But my concern is that I'm okay with delineating between the two, but my concern is that, oh crap, is the animated show going to be better than the live action? Even though they're separate from each other.
Right.
That's my concern, because we've never, First Class, we were just talking about it, First Class and Days of Future Past, like to me and to Shane, those are the best X-Men movies made.
Okay.
But they weren't like the X-Men that we're so used to seeing on page.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we don't see that family dynamic. They're always fighting with each other in the movies. Like that's all that ever is. So we don't get that awesome family dynamic. They say that the Fantastic Four was the first family of, Marvel, but I would contend that right behind them is the X-Men.
Absolutely.
They're a huge family, and they probably have more family themed values.
Right.
And what they do more than any other project.
And they all were created around that same time, that same kind of Kirby, Stan Lee era, But I think, we've already kind of seen that already, where the animated movies have been better than the live action in the DC side of the house.
Oh, totally.
So the DC animated universe is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then we have all our gripes that we have with all the DC Universe movies, and, whether it be Black Adam, Man of Steel, the Snyder cut of Justice League, or the Joss Whedon cut, whichever. So it's almost like it's so on its own. In a lot of ways, that's what's keeping me enthusiastic about DC, is the animated side of things, while they figure out what they're going to do on the film side of the house. And that may be kind of what needs to happen here. We're already experiencing it, so it's okay.
But James Gunn has, we know this, he's including the cartoons to be in canon with live action. So like Creature Commandos and some of these other things the people who voice them are going to be playing them in live action as well. Yeah. So I think that works for DCU, as long as they're doing it right.
Right.
But as far as where Marvel is now, I just don't. I'm with you as far as like let them be their own.
Let them be their
separate
own
things.
Yeah.
That are there. It's just a concern of mine that I have. Like, we're gonna get a really crappy live action, and the animated is better. Like, what are we doing?
Could be kind of a neat opportunity too for them to be able to separate the two. And hope for them to both be successful.
Right. And you might run the risk also. The gamble is you run the risk of alienating certain fans like Paul, who doesn't like any cartoons. So
Oh yeah, he
You know?
hates cartoons. I
Yes.
forgot about
Yeah.
that, Paul.
So I mean, he has to. That means he's gonna have to watch Creature Commandos.
yeah, he
In order
is.
to
In
get
order
the
to get the
full-
full story, everything
that
involved.
Flavor. He has to get the full.
But if it's
You hear that, Paul?
but if it's good,
Paul!
but if it's good,
We're talking to you.
you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
If it's good, and I believe that it can be good with
the
James
yelling side of
Gunn
the table.
being the guy that's behind it. But again, but Paul watched Invincible, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He likes. I mean,
He
That
loved it.
didn't count.
Paul is very particular when it comes to animation.
He's
It's
very
got
particular when it comes to a lot of things.
Yes. Yeah. So he needs to unparticular
He's
himself
sophisticated.
in order to
He's
get the full
refined.
effect.
We love you, baby.
Paul.
Play ball.
Paul, you're the best.
Paul's at the baseball game tonight. He's watching the Aviators tonight.
Oh, he went to go see the Aviators tonight.
He went to the Aviators tonight.
I'll be.
To see a fly ball.
Can he do?
Hey.
Shane, Brandon just said here in the chat that you scared his puppy.
Oh my
When you,
gosh,
when
I'm
you
so
shouted
sorry.
really quick. Little Maddie, the puppy.
Little Maddie.
What kind of dog is it?
please. Don't be
We'll find out here in a
scared. I didn't mean it. Boy, dog, boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Oh, little Maddie. I'm so sorry.
It was really like Sandler of you.
But yeah. But X-Men 97 has been awesome though. I can't. I have no complaints.
Bastion.
I can't. Yeah,
It's been great.
I have
2
no
episodes
complaints.
left.
2 episodes left, and I'm glad we at least got a good solid. Or getting a good solid 10 episodes. It's not like 6 episodes
to see if it
4.
works, and then
you're like, at
6
least-
episodes, 2 of them are 30 minutes long. One of them's 45 minutes. The other's
Right.
20. You're
I
like,
think
what the
they've executed it really well, and they
did.
tied in like with the marketing and stuff. There was an ad somewhere with a phone number. It's like Jubilee's flip phone. It's like bubblegum pink, and it has a phone number you can call, and it has recorded voice. Like it's great for their marketing. It they did a really good job with
That's
it,
some of
with the whole thing.
That almost sounds like some of the old school kind of marketing that they used to do back in the day.
I love it.
When we were growing up.
I called and voted for Jason Todd to live when you could vote.
Did you really?
You called the 800 number to vote for Robin to live or die. I voted for him to live.
That is.
Did you
great.
really?
Yeah, they killed him anyway. But I voted for him
I
to
would
live.
assume that
Isn't that
most
crazy that
evil
people-
would want to
Isn't
do
that I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like people were like,
Evil-
yeah,
evil-
die,
evil.
kill him
yeah,
off.
Yeah,
He was
people are
hated.
evil.
No one liked him.
Back then, I mean, it was
no.
No one liked Jason Todd back then.
He was
No
a,
one liked him.
man.
No.
He was a hothead. He was a lunatic.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
That's fun though.
that combined with just missing Dick.
Wow.
They probably missed Dick Grayson a lot.
Thank
so,
God Damien wasn't unhinged.
Yeah. He's like my favorite.
Same.
I
He's my
like him.
favorite too.
Yeah, I love him.
This weekend is Free Comic Book Day. It's a national holiday, probably the closest that a lot of comic book people will ever get to Christmas. Free Comic Book Day Saturday, as well as Star Wars Day. I wanted to ask you really quick.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you really quick. Shane. What's happening? Good night. I want to ask you really quick, Shane. Goodbye. You give me an underrated character from the whole Star Wars universe. It could be comics, video games, a show, a TV. I know you're going to say General Sudoku.
Yes.
Probably.
That's number 1. Is General Kukuka?
Yes.
Booty.
The
General Syndulla.
Badonkadonk.
General Badonkadonk.
Without a doubt, one of my favorite characters in Star Wars is
General
General
Badonkadonk.
Badonkadonk. What is it? Syndulla?
Syndulla, yeah. Maddie,
Her
Maddie
and
the
then-
puppy is a corgi.
Oh my
And
gosh!
he's
One of the
super
cutest
cute. He's
of all
super cute.
dogs. I'm so sorry, man.
Can't wait to have Maddie on the show. And you too, Brendan.
Oh yeah, come on in, Maddie, and you too, Brendan. When you get a chance.
So General
Dog first.
puppy first. then
Puppy,
Brendan.
cute puppy first.
So
General
Shakuka,
Sakuka is number 1,
number 1, of course.
and then I don't know. Is Darth Vader
Is underrated
Is
for you?
underrated. I
Is
think.
it?
I
Okay.
think Darth Vader is a good one to me. No, they should show more Grievous. Grievous should have more of a thingy.
Oh, I like
General
that.
Grievous.
I like that.
Wouldn't that be nice if we had an origin story show for General Grievous?
Isn't he
It'd
going to
like,
be in
just
that?
be like in an IKEA or something. They put
Yeah.
them
They
together,
put 'em together.
right?
Didn't they? Wasn't he like in that trailer? I thought he was in the Tales from the Jedi trailer.
Oh, was he?
A little bit.
There's
of it.
the Tales of the Empire thing is coming out on Star Wars Day this weekend.
Yeah.
The six episode. I'm always thinking comics.
Always comics.
Six
good, that's good,
episode event that'll be
Proud of
coming
you.
out on Star Wars Day this Saturday.
Nice.
Tales of the Empire.
Yeah, I think that's where it was whatever that trailer was that we saw.
I
Was
think
it last week
he's
or the
definitely
week
in one of the episodes for sure.
Yeah.
Marcus, what about
2
you?
weeks ago?
Some underrated Star Wars character you'd like to see more of.
Underrated Star Wars character. that I'd like to
Shakuka?
see.
General Shakuka?
He's like C-3PO.
Honestly,
Luke.
I've always wanted to see more. We only saw a little of it in episode 3.
Whatever.
I always wanted to see a little more, not necessarily of Chewbacca, but of his world. Kashyyyk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
I want to see more of that treat. That is
All
a
right.
beautiful world.
Yeah.
I want to see.
That was cool.
That was really cool. We only saw a little of it, like when it was getting attacked and when Yoda was kind of chilling and making sure everything was good from that world, and that was it.
I agree. The Wookiee world. What is it called? What is it?
Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk. Yeah.
Wookiee world.
I did.
Wookiee world.
Wah, wah,
That would be dope.
The
It was
Carpet
called-
Emporium.
They couldn't think of nothing, and it's called a Wookiee world. We've a Wookiee world.
They're over there in Wookiee world. We've got to go see
We
them.
have to go see.
Yes.
Wookiee world is being attacked.
Right. So I
All
definitely
these
would like to
elaborate
see-
names.
The Wookiee
Yeah,
world.
I definitely want to see that. And I've said this before too, but he was, I think they made books about him, but he was the star of Jedi Outcast, which is this game that I just played up, down, left, right, sideways. It was great. It came out about 10 years ago, maybe even more. So it was on PC, and then they ported it to the classic Xbox called Jedi Outcast, about Kyle Katarn, where he's an older guy who has force powers, and as you're playing the game, he starts to discover more and more, and his powers get stronger, and his abilities increase as you progress throughout the game, as he fights against the Empire. Basically, he's like a reluctant kind of protagonist in that story, and it was very compelling. It was a great game, and I would love to see kind of him maybe be introduced.
This dude,
Kyle Katarn,
Yeah.
Kyle Katarn.
yeah. If you look up
Katarn.
Jedi Outcast, which was the game, the video game,
Yeah.
yeah, it was really good.
The Chuck Norris of Star Wars. Somebody.
The Chuck Norris.
Yeah,
of
it says
Star-
fan dubbed. Looking at Heroes Wiki, it says the Chuck Norris of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Is what he called him.
Chuck Norris
That's
in a
awesome.
Star Wars film. I mean,
That's awesome.
Brendan's here in the chat. Is saying that he's always down to see more Asajj Ventress. It'd be cool to see more of that character there. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be cool to see.
Any Sith type of thing they want
Sure.
to lean into, backstory of the Sith characters, maybe spend some time with bounty hunters. I just like to see something
Yeah.
where they just go
Yeah.
to some of these worlds of the bounty hunters, Lizard Land. Right? Lizard Land.
Lizard Land.
Well, I was right next to Wookiee World. Right? Yeah. They nailed it. The teddy bear planet of Endor. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
They
that's the
get
thing.
all
Like Andor was like a underrated character, and then they made a whole show about Andor.
Oh, Cassian Andor.
That's
yeah.
true.
You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? Cassian Andor. I mean, that's dude.
Yeah.
Can't
Sure.
get better than that. That
true.
was amazing. That show. Are they making a second season? Is that
Second
show ever coming
season's,
back?
I think they're filming it
Really?
already. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
There's a little bit of a time jump, obviously, but
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, but dope.
That would be fun.
These are underrated characters.
So Shane, this weekend is Free Comic Book Day. It's also Star Wars Day. So it's kind of a national holiday. As we mentioned, it's the closest nerds will get to Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
with you.
This weekend. It's
Also
gonna
with you.
it's gonna be and also with you. Above and beyond any General Shakuka. Brendan's gonna go this summer to a Star Wars themed parody burlesque show called The Empire Strips Back. He can't wait. Brendan, we're really looking forward to
Really?
hearing your review of that.
I know.
Yeah.
I get his comic reviews. I want to get his
Yeah.
Star Wars inspired burlesque review.
It's got to be great,
Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
or at least interesting. Yeah, you're right, Marcus. It's
But
gonna
we're always going to
Marcus,
bring it
interesting.
back, Shane, to the comics. So if you wanted to mediate this little cop or drop.
All right, I'm going to start the festivities. Everybody, get it together. Get yourself situated. Sit back and relax. Because once again, it's time.
Thicker and thicker.
It's time for cop or drop. I'm sorry, doggy. I'm sorry, dog. Relax. Do not bark at me.
Sorry, Maddie.
Maddie, I love you.
Don't get mad.
You're a good corgi. All right, so we're going to start with... We'll start with Mark. With Donovan. Oh, my God, he's gone. He
spontaneously combusted. I was he
had to drop.
I'm Donald Trump over here. Everybody.
He had the bamf out of here.
Wow, Nightcrawler.
Yeah. He Nightcrawler bamfed out of here.
Poof.
Yeah.
All right, so Marcus, what you got?
Oh man, starting with me. Okay.
Let's start with Marcus.
Okay, so this second issue of this new series, or new old series, really,
homage.
Sam and Twitch, which is from kind of the Spawn universe, written by McFarlane.
The cops.
Yeah, the cops. Yeah, the good cop, bad cop, as I call them. Yeah. Actually, it's been a lot of fun. Actually, the second issue is out this week, and we're following Sam and Twitch. The first issue, you see that there's been some tension going on. Sam being the kind of like the grass guy who always gets in trouble,
right?
And
lovable
Twitch,
but gruff.
Yeah, and then Twitch is always the one kind of defending him, trying to bail him out, keep him from getting too punished by his higher ups. You find them kind of under a little bit of a strain in their relationship. So some stuff went down in the first issue. Sam is suspended. So is Twitch, because Twitch is always defending him. So he got defended, and now Twitch is kind of not really speaking to him right now. Right. And so he goes off and actually in issue 2.
It's funny he's not speaking to him.
Yeah. In issue 2, we see Twitch actually going out to another city to meet up with a buddy of his from the police academy, and he's helping him find, try to solve what could be a possible murder mystery, potential serial killer on the loose. And it's actually been very fun, kind of the, detective mystery sort of spiel. So yeah, check it out.
That's cool, because those characters, I always remember them from Spawn, but giving them their own title is pretty awesome. That's an awesome thing to do.
I mean, full disclaimer, I'm new to them. I'm not familiar with them as much, but apparently they've been around a while, and they actually have a collection that they've solicited. I guess Brian Michael Bendis wrote a run of theirs that they're collecting now. Nice. I think it's going to be out. I think the FOC is next month. So I'm going to have to track that down, because that's early Bendis, and early Bendis is pretty good. And him writing Sam and Twitch, that fits, because he did such a phenomenal job with Alias and Jessica Jones that, I would love to read that. So Sam and Twitch, issue 2, and not too late to jump on at the start for that one. And then one that I'm very proud to see. This is one that I knew was coming, but just didn't know when or what was happening, because we got a 4-issue miniseries. Didn't know it was a miniseries with of the Punisher, being Joe Garrison by David Pepose. That's ended. I didn't know it ended at 4 issues. I was like, what?
It might be because of the thing that I'm going to mention. Because it might be one of the reasons why he ended that. But he did say in the interview recently, and we've talked to Pepos. We reached out. We might see him pretty soon.
Oh, great!
But he was saying that his Joe Garrison character will be involved in some other things going forward. The character, and he's excited. I mean, he plays a part in introducing a new Punisher. It's pretty cool.
That is,
and you said the Punisher series was cool. That
new
it was
Punisher.
Fine.
You enjoyed it? It was different. Yeah, they took some familiar parts of his background, of Frank Castle's background, and kind of tweaked it to fit him. So it felt like a similar sort of setup, but a different guy at the same time. It was fine. I didn't just realize. I just thought it was going to be longer. Yeah, I didn't realize it was 4 issues. But I am talking about the return of the man who probably, without a doubt, my favorite writer of the Punisher, coming back to write Get Fury. Issue 1 out this week.
Garth Ennis.
Yeah, Garth Ennis, the man. He's back writing his favorite character. He's even admitted this is his favorite character. Check out the cover. The cover is basically an homage to Amazing Spider-Man 29, which was the first appearance of Frank Castle. That was Spider-Man in the crosshairs, not Nick Fury, in that issue back in 1974. So this is 50 years later. We get a new Punisher. And
amazing.
And it's essentially it's a Marvel Max series too, which has me excited as well because I hope they're bringing that line of comics too, which were more adult, more graphic, and it was great. They're great. And essentially, what you have in this is you have it's Frank Castle during the Vietnam era. So it's kind of set around the early times that Garth Ennis' Marvel Max series started in. And he's sent to go either recover or kill Nick Fury because he's in enemy territory and he knows a lot of stuff. So you got to see, we'll see where this goes. It's a limited series. Incredible artwork, very graphic. It's set up similar to another thing that I'm going to show in a minute, where it starts off with basically a guy sitting at a tape recorder recounting these stories, these tales. And it's a character that knows well both of these characters, Nick Fury and Captain Frank Castle. So very cool. So check it out, please. Yeah. And then it kind of reminded me of a hardcover that I had. This is Garth Ennis as well, called Fury, and this is also a Marvel Max title. This is a hardcover that collected 1 through 13 of the limited series that Garth Ennis did. I want to say back in, I'm spacing on the date, 2000. And well, it's saying 2012, 2014 era, somewhere in that area.
It's about 10. It was 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And like the Get Fury issue 1, it starts off with the guy in the cover, with Nick Fury sitting at a tape recorder saying, "I've been a lot of places and I've done a lot of stuff for America, and it's time that I tell you about it."
Oh, that's amazing.
Sitting on the couch with a drink and a tape recorder, recounting stories.
Love it.
And Get Fury kind of sets it up similarly to that. So, 2 great things, and you can find this. I was lucky enough to find this at Cactus Comics. Now it's another Aztec Comics, I believe now. But this hardcover is long out of print, but you can still see it around. I think I've seen it in a couple of places. I think even like Cosmic Comics might have had it, or still has it right now, and Celestial. So not too hard to find. You could still pick it up, hardcover format of the whole that limited run.
Nice.
Super
Loving
cool.
it. All right, Frank, you got your work cut out because those 2 deals are pretty dope.
Well, Marcus had mentioned Peppo's finishing his run with Punisher, introducing the new Punisher.
He was disappointed that it was over so quickly.
One of the projects that Peppo's has attached himself to is a new Space Ghost story.
Which is dope.
Space Ghost number 1 came out this week, Dynamite Publishing. The art is incredible. The story is really cool. It's a little feels a little more adult themed or gritty. There are some cameos of some known characters. Obviously, Blip is in there, the monkey, Jace, Jan, and obviously Space Ghost. The storytelling is really cool. I'm excited for this. They've done this again with kind of working off of IP that people have known from previous generations and sort of giving it like a fresh take. If you look at the cover artwork, it looks really similar to the old style of what we would get from those animated shows of Space Ghost. So that drew me in right away. I also picked up the Matina cover because I'm a sucker for a Matina. I'm an art hoe. A cover hoe for Matina if he's doing anything.
I did the same, both. I love Michael Cho and I love Matina too.
Yeah.
So I bought both.
I know, and the art is so detailed. This is a complete opposite.
It's a cool
of how,
start to the story, and you can tell again, listening to a couple of different interviews with Pepose talking about the series, you can tell that he's got a genuine excitement, and he's very motivated to make this a good series going forward. I'm really looking forward to what this is going to turn into in the next few months. And again, we are going to be reaching out to see if we can have him on the show sometime soon. That could be a really cool thing. And ask him plenty of questions about the new Punisher as well.
Yeah.
He's got a really interesting story with Marvel.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you guys, he interned with Marvel for like a decade.
Wow.
Before he just kind of kept going. He kept writing letters to get in there, to get in the door. And it's because it's his passion. It's what he wanted to do, was write comics for Marvel.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
The event of the summer, it's great.
Oh yeah, it's
the event of the summer is here. Earlier this week, Maddie's owner reached out to me in the morning yesterday, prior to me going to my LCS to pick up my books, and he said, "Did you read Blood Hunt yet? Blood Hunt #1 dropped. We are getting a Blood Hunt sort of tie-in, or I'm not exactly sure if it's standing on its own this weekend for Free Comic Book Day. Marvel will be giving out a Blood Hunt sort of tie-in issue. The Blood Hunt event is crazy. Jed MacKay has it's been a great start. It's essentially vampires attacking all of the heroes of the Marvel Universe, specifically the Avengers in this first issue. It is brutal. It is violent. Pepe Larraz, I'm trying to find I can't give you that one. That spoils it. I can't give you that one. That spoils some stuff.
I saw at the store they had some polybagged editions,
but
out for it.
Just
too.
like with these panels dividing, they're under attack with these vampires and stuff. And Pepe Larraz does an incredible job of that. This being the first installment of the event, 50 plus issues, including the tie-ins and the 5-issue main story. I think this is going to be an incredible event for Marvel. It is a little pricier. The issues are like $6, $5-6 a piece, depending on what you're picking. And some of the tie-ins are $4 a piece, depending. I've been talking to Brendan about this. It seems like since probably February, I think we've been going back and forth about this series. And, he's a huge Jed MacKay guy. He told me that, he's told me and also Fire Guy Ryan that we should be picking up Vengeance of Moon Knight. This is the first Vengeance of Moon Knight issue I picked up. And this is also written by Jed MacKay. This is a tie-in. If you are going to be reading the Blood Hunt series, you need to read this first, because the last 3-4 pages ties into what's going to be happening or how it starts.
Okay.
This is sort of a preview tie-in type of deal. Brendan's always been telling me and beating me over the head about Jed MacKay and his love of Jed MacKay. What he's been underselling is the artist, Cappuccio, that's been tied to this series. The artwork in this is amazing.
Yes.
And just these panels and layouts, I just wanted to show
Everyone who's worked on Moon Knight since Jed MacKay took over has been doing a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
I think that this series is going to be big for the Marvel Universe. I think if you are on the fence, I would pick up the main 5 issues and then wait and see, because there's going to be some ongoing stuff. If you are collecting Marvel comics, most of the tie-ins for the books you're already picking up are going to be tied in. We talked to Philip Kennedy Johnson about a month back that he's going to have a one-shot with the Incredible Hulk as Hulk is heading west, right? That it's going to be tied in. That he goes to old Tucson. That's going to be tying into some stuff that's going to be happening within this storyline. And he's writing the issue. It's not a tie-in issue that they do with a lot of these writers that they tell them to like sit out. I'm excited to see what this series is going to do. I've enjoyed the first issue and reading the tie-in so far. I've got to go back probably this weekend during Free Comic Day. We'll be hitting up 3 or 4 different shops. I'll probably go back and get the other issues for the Vengeance of Moon Knight, because starting out in issue 5 is kind of weird on my part. I should have just been collecting the other ones from the beginning.
I thought you were on Moon Knight.
I had Moon Knight, and then when it stopped, I didn't keep going to Vengeance of Moon Knight. I should have just kept going.
Gotcha.
But I'm
get the
excited
trade.
for it, man. I'm excited. The first trade will be out like in a month, so I couldn't wait.
Because Vengeance has been it's good too.
Yeah,
it's good.
But there, he just said Cappuccio's art is phenomenal, and Rachel Rosenberg's colors are next freaking level. I think that was Brendan. That might have been Maddie the dog. And then they've got the red band version, Shane, of these issues for the main five issues of the Blood Hunt. They have a polybag red band edition where there's going to be like an additional pages where you have some scenes that are going to be more graphic and more violence. Like more grotesque scenes
That sounds
of just
phenomenal.
like for
I love it.
Yeah, I saw that at the
example.
store.
I was trying to think what was it they showed. Brandon will just call it out. Like with this panel here, they have these 3 panels right here.
Right.
There's another scene which just shows it as more violent graphic. Like this guy's body's torn apart in the red band version. Stuff like that.
Okay.
That they're gonna do. And they
That's
map it out
phenomenal.
for you. Jen McKay does a good job of laying this whole thing out. I think it's going to be great. And eventually, Marcus, it's going to be a great thing to pick up in a hardcover type of edition all at once for you to read. I'll be talking about Blood Hunt now probably until July.
Yeah, right.
So we'll be going over this. I'll have like a weekly Blood Hunt check-in. And we're going to have Maddie for sure, but Brendan possibly in the next few weeks on as a guest. I don't know how much Maddie's going to talk if we send the link to Maddie the dog, but we'll get Brendan on for sure in some capacity in the next few
Maddie
weeks.
wants to say a few words,
Sure. So it's going to be 50 issues. So it's going to be
with all the tie-ins.
Yeah.
It's going to be about 53 parts. I think we said. I don't know. I said 50 something to Sonny like a couple weeks ago, and he just rolled. I could hear his eye roll, and we had headphones on,
right,
and I could hear the whoa boy, here we go.
So it's gonna be basically like a King in Black sort of thing, where because I think that was
almost
50
like
plus.
I could fill a small box.
Yeah,
a short box I could fill with all my King in Black tie-ins and covers.
Yeah.
You would a cover hoe too.
I still got a few that I kept, but
King in Black was great, bro.
King in Black was great.
Yeah.
And then I was very happy when they finally did the omnibus of it. So I bought the omnibus. So
I saw that the other day. You're doing your little reel thing of your King in Black hardcover over there. I saw that on the shelf there. Yeah, we got to borrow it.
Well, I'm saying this,
sir.
That Moon Knight, everything in that the art is absolutely phenomenal. The Blood Hunt stuff that's unreal. The 2 different, you could buy a red band version and all this stuff. That's also dope.
The red band version is $1 more, and they give you like 4 or 6 extra pages and more.
Right,
it's a little pricey,
violent, more grotesque,
but it's more violent.
Yeah. They're trying to.
I already got one.
They're trying to do their best to justify that $5.
Yeah,
they're like $7, but it's got guts. Yeah. It's got organs on the
worth
floor.
every penny.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I think Marcus is the winner for the Nick Fury, Frank Castle.
Oh, thank you.
That Get Fury thing.
That's amazing.
Get Fury.
That looks like a great read.
I picked it up as well. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
I mean, I got
this
my
week.
books
Marcus wins.
Boom.
Let's be honest.
Good job, Marcus.
Hey. But hey, much to your credit, I actually was gonna bring in Space Ghost too because I loved
Space Ghost is
I love
awesome
Space
as well.
Ghost. That was gonna be one of my.
I
ones
enjoyed
brought in.
it, and the thing I like about it is that it gives you the nostalgic feel,
right?
But it also feels like it can stand on its own as like a gritty space adventure.
Modern, right? It's very modern.
And go forward.
Yep.
And go forward. Just like Transformers, really. Just like it could stand on its own and just go forward.
Shane, you got to get on that Transformers.
I know,
You got to get on that
you're-
Energon universe, bro.
You told me 1,000 times that I got to get on Transformers. I'll make you a deal.
Oh.
I'm going to start buying Transformers
Oh my gosh.
if you will go ahead and watch Severance. If you could somehow watch Severance.
We have an accord. I'm gonna go to your house.
You saw I think you saw the first episode?
We started this first episode, but we were
At my
drinking.
house. Yeah, I
We
know.
were drinking milk.
We both fell asleep.
Milk of magnesia.
Milk of
We were drinking milk of magnesia.
Yeah, had some
bismuth.
stomach issues.
Yeah, we had a little pink bismuth.
The next day we had stomach issues. Shane, as we mentioned previously, it is your birthday. We're gonna move fast and furious. I want to get to that in a moment. Your birthday shenanigans,
Okay.
but I wanted your pick for box office champ for this year. Has it changed at all, or do you think the same movie will be box office champ when we get to the end of 2024? They run the tape at the theater,
Right.
and this is the movie that's got the belt
Number
on its
one.
shoulder, the undisputed champ
of the year.
of the year for the box office. What movie do you think is box office champ, Marcus?
At the end.
Gosh, man. Well, the easy answer is Oppenheimer for me.
This year, well,
that
last-
was
that
last
last
year.
year. Yeah, that was last year. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Like,
Okay.
Okay, so for this year?
for this year,
Oh man.
from what we know already, that's coming out.
Oh my
that
God.
might be a
what have we
blockbuster
seen this year?
You got Deadpool.
Deadpool, Wolverine's
so
coming out.
Oh, so for the future, yeah.
The future.
For the
Something I was just
future.
reminded of a couple days ago.
Got-
I didn't think about it, but I was just reminded a couple days ago that it was coming out this year. I forgot about this movie. It's the Mufasa, the CGI Mufasa thing. Because Lion King made like 1.6 billion.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
$1.6 billion Lion King made.
Upon like because I know they
Did they
threw it back in-
did they release the CGI one more than once? They may have. I don't know. It was in
don't
theaters for a
know.
while.
Yeah.
But it made $1.6 billion.
I can't believe. Wow, man.
Do we think?
There's
Okay.
still interest in Lion
Do you
King.
think
It's-
Deadpool and
it's
Wolverine
mind
can
blowing.
make 800 million?
I think Deadpool Wolverine will probably be, unless we get something down the
a
line.
rated R film? Oh,
I think
Deadpool films historically are high-grossing rated R films.
I would say
Some of the
Deadpool
top
might
rated
be-
R films are
might do
Deadpool.
it. Because I can't think of anything that's been announced that
That sticks out.
that sticks out really.
I want to say Fall Guy. Fall Guy will be.
I think Fall Guy's going to do good.
I think Fall Guy's going to do very well.
There's still a lot of room. There's still a lot of room for some upset. I think.
Yeah,
There's some potential.
But I just think people.
What about
I think-
Craven?
No, no. Actually, hell.
We were just
no.
talking about that before you got
But
here.
you're excited to
Looking
see
for
it. That's going to be out in
Craven.
December.
No, after Madam Web, I'm not interested.
Oh,
I'm done. No.
Madam
They
Web
spoiled
soured
it.
you on the
Yeah,
Craven.
yeah.
You're not Craven anymore.
No, not at all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I think kind of like with Barbie, I think that we still have some room for some upsets. So some funny movies like Fall Guy or whatever. Who knows? Could upset the whole thing.
Which is a rom com. I mean, it is a rom com, right?
Brendan was saying, what about Joker 2?
Oh, that might. But the singing.
The other
is
one
good.
made $1 billion. Or it was
it-
right there, right?
Because it was
made
about
just
a freak, about a lunatic freak, man.
It could.
This one's gonna have singing. It's gonna be more accepted because it's a romantic.
It's going to
type
bring
of thing.
and it's also going to bring the curious people in to be like, what
True,
is
to
this?
see what
This
to
is-
finally
It's
see what
kind
this
of
is
weird
about.
for the
Maybe,
audience,
though.
isn't it? It's kind of weird for the audience because they don't know what they're expecting either. And
Right,
it felt like
right.
everybody was so hot and cold on the first movie. So they're walking into this as like, what is it about?
I
It's
know,
a musical?
it's like,
He's
we don't
singing?
know what it's about.
So
exactly.
what is
Like,
happening? Lady Gaga's, what?
Even with the trailers that we saw multiple
We don't know
trailers. We
what
still don't know what this movie is
No.
about. We have no clue what the movie itself is about.
I think it's the most polarizing film. I don't know if it'll be the most successful. I think it's going to make money, Brendan. Don't get me wrong.
but
I think it's going to make money for sure.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely.
Deadpool's going to make money. I don't know. Mufasa might be
What's
box
coming
office
out? What's
champ.
coming out later this year?
I don't know.
Mufasa is the end of the year. It comes out like probably the 20th or 19th of December, something like that. Deadpool is in July.
No more summer blockbusters.
I don't know what's
I mean,
that?
there's
Oh,
probably- there's prob-
Furiosa.
Furiosa.
Oh,
Furiosa.
yeah.
did pretty
Okay.
well.
Furiosa,
But I don't.
okay.
I don't know if it'll make $1 billion.
I don't think so.
Make that
I mean,
money. It's like,
God, I would
is that
love
the
it to.
benchmark? Is it like, we make
I
$1
would
billion.
love it like
I think, as far as hype and anticipation, Deadpool and Furiosa. I forgot about Furiosa.
those
I
two.
think those
So
two
what
might
was
be,
your pick for box office champ?
I think Fall Guy will somehow hang around in the theaters, and next thing you know, it'll make a quiet, like $1 billion. Like it'll make it like quietly, like worldwide.
Oh wait, I got it.
Ah,
The movies have made all of the movies have made near or $1 billion.
what?
The Minions, Despicable Me.
Oh, the
Despicable Me 4 will make
Minions.
the last two have made over $1 billion.
And this
Last
the
one made
next one
1.4. The other one made 1.2.
Is it out yet? The
No.
latest one. When does that come out?
I think it's this month. This month or next month. What
What is
about
it, 4?
Well,
This is
Inside
4
Out
or
2.
3?
Inside
I
Out 2 is this year. That'll
no.
make money. The
I
first
just
Inside
thought
Out
that
made
and
money.
left my brain. Inside Out 2.
You left your
should
brain
make-
inside out?
No, listen.
Oh,
I thought about it too, and then we were talking about Fall Guy and Dead. As soon as you start talking about Deadpool, everything else just leaves you.
Everything shut out in your
Everything
brain?
just goes. It's out.
Poof.
So I'm thinking perhaps, Inside Out. What do people really want an Inside Out 2? I mean, she's a teenager. Like, what are you gonna?
I'm gonna see it.
What about they're putting it back in the theaters. They're re-releasing Star Wars Episode 1.
Phantom Menace this weekend. You can go watch it in the theaters. Austin was talking about going to watch that this weekend. He was going to see if he was going to gauge interest from everybody, see if he wanted to watch Phantom Menace. 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
It's been more time has passed between Phantom Menace coming out and now than Phantom Menace to the original Star Wars New Hope. More time has passed. From that till now.
And for good reason, I think.
That's crazy.
I think I probably won't see it just because I literally saw it many, many, many times when it was coming out. I literally
when it first came out. You saw it that many times.
So yeah, because it was my first Star Wars movie, and I thought it was rad. I never saw the old ones yet. I had to go back and watch. We had my best friend and I. He had actually the special edition VHS.
Yeah.
So we binged watched it one day when I stayed over his house, and I got caught up that way. But to me, it was like the pinnacle. I thought we would never get any better than the two movies that were out at the same time. It was Star Wars Episode 1 and the first Matrix movie.
Oh, wow.
1999. I was a junior going to my senior year in high school, and we literally theater hopped between those two.
There was
movies.
Sixth Sense came out that year, I think.
Yeah. We would spend
Sixth Sense came out that year. That year or the year before, I think it came out.
Oh my goodness. Like literally when we got bored, we would just go to the movies and we would go back and forth and watch those movies.
What theater are you at?
What?
I know at Cinedome 6.
Or Cinema 8.
Cinema
8.
No, we went to
Pecos and
we were all about the Boulder Station or I'm trying to remember if the Orleans
I saw Independence Day at Boulder Station. Welcome to Earth.
I'm not sure if the Orleans was around then, but I used to love going to the Orleans too when that opened up. But
there you go.
But closer to my house, it was Boulder Station and was it Cinedome? It might have been Cinedome.
Maybe.
Yeah. No.
So your box office champ.
Good times.
I'm still gonna go with Fall Guy. It's gonna hang around in theaters.
Marcus, what's your thoughts? Box office champ. You got
like his final decision.
All right. Shane says Fall Guy.
What about you? Then we got to write these down.
I'm gonna go for Furiosa just because I think
for box office champ Furiosa.
Yeah. Okay. Just because I think it'll appeal to more people than the comic book segment. You know what I mean? Like it'll not everybody is going to want to go see Deadpool, even though it's Deadpool.
If we're getting the cameo that we all think we're going to get, the needle mover, okay, the icon.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're going to get that person on screen that we think we're going to get.
The Rock?
Miss Taylor Swift appearing in Deadpool and Wolverine. If she appears, I think it could have a huge second weekend with just all the teeny boppers
head down
going
there.
To see. The Swifties are going to come out in full force
droves.
And pledge their allegiance and dedication to their Antichrist and bring all of their wallets, their babysitting money, and everything.
You can't call her that.
He
the
just
Antichrist?
did. Well, and I
said their Antichrist. I didn't say she's the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Anyway, happy birthday, Shane.
Yeah. With that
Is that a great segue?
Yeah, that's good.
Happy birthday. We love you, buddy.
Thank you.
You're our Antichrist.
I'm glad that you're I'm glad that you're older and wiser, or older anyway.
Oh, thank you. Let me see.
So go ahead and go through that stuff real quick because we wanted to have your on-air live reaction. I wanted to give it to you during the draft, but I didn't see you. Tighten up, baby.
Officially a Tennessee Titans draft hat. Tighten up, it says on the side. That's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I couldn't find the Houston Oilers.
That would have been nice, too. I'm a Houston Oilers fan. And then, what is this? Is it a pair of shoes?
It's not a pair of shoes.
This is it. This is everything I've ever dreamed of. It's all coming together.
Oh my God! It's a picture of Frank.
It's not me.
It's a picture of Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise as Frank.
You're on candid camera. Love you, baby.
You're on candid
Happy birthday. I love you.
Dom DeLuise, he is dope. God bless his soul.
Shane, happy birthday.
God bless his soul.
Yeah, happy birthday, Shane.
Shane, what do you got for the people out
I just
there?
want to say I love you, Dom DeLuise. And I love my man, Frank. Dom DeLuise.
Oh my God, you gotta get that back, Frank.
He was going to smack you in the head. My wife was
gotta
going to
get that
smack
hat.
Frank in the head.
It's like Frank and
Thank
Dom
you so
DeLuise in one picture.
Thank you. Everybody, go see Furiosa because I love Mad Max. Don't listen to Paul. Did Paul hate? Yeah, Paul hated hated Fury Road. He did hate it.
He did? He hated it?
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Oh.
I need to rewatch all of those. I need to do another binge of those.
Marcus, what do you got for the people?
Yeah,
Our
for the
buddy
people, Big Daddy.
Stephen Lolito has a box set for Box
Yes.
Boy and Whiskers. It's launched. It's live on the site. You can go
Does he?
and pre-order. I'm going to be ordering a set because I'm going to send it to a certain somebody who's living out in the East Coast in the tri-state area. I'm going to get a box set of that Box Boy and Whiskers and send that out to her.
Oh, good.
But what do you got for the people?
Yeah, well, that was one of them.
Comic Book
May the
Day.
4th. Go to your local comic book store. Free Comic Book Day is nationwide. It is not just in our area, the Las Vegas area. So go check out some free comics. The perfect time for any of the families who have children who want to get them excited about reading, who want to introduce them to comics. And maybe even if you're on the fence about starting reading comics, this is a good time to just get in and connect with people in the community and see what's out there. I know I'll be going to Phantomverse. I'll be going to Maximum Northwest to visit. Stephen Lolito, he's going to be at Phantomverse signing. And
James Stone, Vic Moya are going to be over there. Lolito.
yeah.
They're going to be over at Phantomverse.
I will be over there. I'm so excited, and like you said, they have those. He has that box set. Stephen Lolito. I pre-ordered the issue 8, which is going to come out for Box Boy that day
on Free Comic Book Day.
On Free Comic Book Day. So I'm excited for that. He's a great guy, and I want to support him.
Love
to
you,
the fullest.
Steven.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love you.
Great
Lolo.
guy.
And then
Terrific
Vic
guy.
Moya, phenomenal artist. James Stone, he's been on the store. Stone is amazing
He's
too.
an amazing
I'm gonna have him
talent.
sign some stuff as well.
Yep.
And go out there and enjoy that day. It is,
Enjoy.
it is May 4th
Have
as well.
fun.
So I do anticipate on seeing a whole lot of Jedi out there.
Yeah, there's been a good amount of stores saying they're going to have cosplay and stuff like that. There'll be some stores they're going to have Star Wars themed kind of tied in because it is Free Comic Book Day and stuff. It's a great time for you to go out and check out books because you get tons of free comics. You can take the kids. They've got lots of free comics for kids as well. But new readers, young readers, we want to inspire those people to pick up the hobby that Marcus and I have been blowing millions of dollars on.
Right.
We want
Millions of dollars.
millions.
And every store is different.
Millions.
Some people have, some have like cosplay and artist signings like Phantomverse or what have you. And then you have
cards.
Some have cards, they have taco trucks, they have DJs. Some, depending on the store,
Everyone's
they have
gonna be
different
doing
things.
something. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's a celebration.
It is. A celebration of that community and that culture, and support your LCSs.
Absolutely.
Really quickly, if you haven't done so already, we really appreciate you subscribing. Take the time to like and subscribe and share, and you can see more of this Dom DeLuise fan over here each and every week talking about General Shakuka, and you could talk about Marcus's love of Garth Ennis,
Yes.
and Alan Moore, his beard,
Yes.
and all those things. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. You can follow us on X. We are at _comics, X, Twitter.
X Twitter.
Into the West Comics on Instagram, Into the West Comics on TikTok, Into the West Comics on Feedfinder, Into the West Comics on YouTube. All of those things. Guys, have a great night. Have a safe and happy and healthy weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Free Comic Book Day. Happy Star Wars Day.
Oh, yeah.
Have a great weekend. It's
Taco
time in America. Guys, have a great night. We love you. We'll be back next week.
Have a good week, everyone.
Donovan already got a seat for you guys
Okay.
At the restaurant.
He ran out.
Got the reservation.
Put his name down.